everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today it's time for my monthly TBR Around the World. I actually remembered to bring up my TBR board game. Anyway, so if you're new, I will link the entire playlist down below so you don't miss any of the rules and prompts and everything, but I have just been enjoying it so much. Let me tell you, it's just been so much fun. And this is my second year doing it, or like year and a half if you want to be particular, but I have been really enjoying it. And let's find out if the TBR game was nice to me this month. So I do have my list of prompts from last month written in my reading journal. Thank you, reading journal. All right, so let's see if I completed my TBR. So for the first prompt, I didn't even list these in a row. How nice of that. But anyways, first prompt was a cloud. It was a new to me author, and for that I read A Rover's Story by Jasmine Warga, and I did finish that. For cloud, another cloud prompt was children's book, and for that one I read Pax by Sarah Pennypacker, and I did read that one. The next one was, I think the ones on the right were the first ones. Anyways, so another cloud prompt was subscriber poll, and you guys picked for me to read On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness by Andrew Peterson, and I did read that one. And then for Globe, which was genre wheel, it got romantic suspense, and for that one I read Point of Danger by Irene Hannon, which I did read. That was actually the last one that I read. And then the airplane, which is the last row on the board, was Set in a Place You Would Love to Live, and for that one I read The Seaside Corpse by Martha Jocelyn, and I did read that one. So I accomplished my TBR. I'm so happy because normally I'm on the wire for my TBR game. I don't know why, because I read so many books. It's these should literally be done in the first week of the month, maybe the first 2 weeks, but no, I decided to read other books beforehand. But this one I accomplished because most of those were middle grade books. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our roll number 1 for April. All right, so here is our board game. I did probably mention it in the beginning of the video, but I did complete my TBR last month very early, actually. I think at least a week and a half to 2 weeks early. So I am just so excited that that is completely done. And yeah, so I do not have to take the punishment for only using 1 dice. So that is excellent because my TBR is quite large already for April. So let's go ahead, and I want to go ahead and shuffle these on camera because I like to show you guys I don't cheat, even though I don't cheat, but you know. All right, so let's go ahead and mix these up. We got a 12. Ooh, nice start. And we're using Goofy today. That's our little play piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got the Globe, which is my wheel of genre prompts. So I have a wheel that I spin that has all the genres that I can really think of because I do read most of them anyways. So that's what we will be spinning. Okay, so for roll number 1, we got the genre prompt wheel, and we spun our wheel and we landed on contemporary. So that kind of goes along with last month. That was romantic suspense because most of those are contemporary, but this month was just contemporary. So anything that is set during nowadays times. So for this one, I will be reading Before I Called You Mine by Nicole Deese. And I don't have a physical copy of any of these books, but but I'll be reading that one. And this is about a woman who is in the process of trying to adopt a child because she always wanted to be a mom, but in order to adopt as a single parent, she has to remain single. But then she meets a fellow teacher at her school, and so I'm just really excited to see where that goes. And I've heard a few people read it recently that really loved it, so I can't wait to get my hands on it and read it. It's gonna be fun. Roll number 2. We got a 10. Nice, with the big numbers. All right, so we got a 10 that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Suitcase. Suitcase is my TBR Star Jar game. Oh, I am so excited for this because I have a new system for this. If you guys have seen me pick things before, I made origami stars in a TBR Star Jar. This month, it's going to be different, and I am so excited. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and pick our TBR Star Jar. All right, so I'll have to figure out a different angle for filming later on, but this is a brand new addition to my TBR game. I got a claw machine. Yes, I did. I found this actually at a kind of like a discount home store, and I was like, this is amazing. This would be so much more fun than my TBR game. So I got this. I filled it with TBR stars. I did go ahead and put in some books that I was excited about from the library, also ones that I own. So there's a mixture of both in here, so it will be completely random in what I get. Hopefully I'll actually get one. I don't know if I want to do a punishment for that, like if I don't get one. But like I could actually pick up more than one. And what I'm going to do is if I pick up more than one, I'm going to have to read whatever it picks up. Now, because there's more stars in here, it's actually harder to get, thankfully. So when I only had one later, I was getting like 4 stars. So we'll just do it that way, and whatever I get, that's what I'm going to read. So if I get more than one, then I have to read more than one. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do our very first claw pick. All right, the next roll, we got TBR Star Jar, which is now officially called the TBR Star Claw. Did you see that? I am just so excited because it just brings like a whole new thing to my game, and it's just honestly a lot more fun than just picking out of a TBR Star Jar. So it's a lot of fun. I like played a lot with it when I first got it. But this is my official one. I never unwrapped anything. I just like grab the stars and put them back. But my official first TBR Star Claw pick. Boy, is that going to be hard to say. Let's find out what we got. And I also used the wrong paper again because these were hard to make and they're going to be hard to open. Let's see. Wonder if we got one that I actually own or one that, oh, really? We're going to be reading a book that I just saw the author name. I'm like, oh, we're starting a new series. I just want to start a new series. Oh no. Come on, open up. There we go. All right, so I actually do own the first 2 books in this series. I do really want to read it, but I didn't want to start a new series this year. Oh well. Or not this year, but this month, because I already have a couple that I want to start. But all right, so we got A Warrior's Heart by Misty M. Beller. So where did I put those? I know I put them around here somewhere. Ah, found it. I'm like, I know it's around here somewhere. All right, so we are reading this book. So this is the one we'll be reading. I do love these covers, and I really want to read them. Just didn't want to start another new series next month. That's okay. So we'll be reading A Warrior's Heart by Misty M. Beller. This is the first book in the Brides of Laurent series, and these are, I believe they're fairly new release. I think these ones just started to come out last year, I think. But they're pretty new, I think. Not going to show me the date. 2021, yeah. And I think the second book came out the second 2 came out last year. I don't have my hands on the third one yet, but hopefully soon. All right, so let's see. I know that when I read about this, it sounded really good. So it says, Brielle Durand is still haunted by the massacre that killed her mother a dozen years before. Vowing to never let it happen again, she's risen to be the key defender for her people's peace-loving French settlement, living in hidden caves in the Canadian Rockies. When a foreigner wanders too near to their secret home, she has no choice but to disarm and capture him. But now what to do with this man who insists he can be trusted? It sounds amazing, so I can't wait to read this one. But yeah, so another new series. Yay! But honestly, I am really excited about reading this. It matches my outfit, and it matches the board game. Okay, anyways, so meant to be, I guess. All right, roll number 3. It's going to be probably a short TBR. We got a 7. maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know if we're close to the rainbow or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew, missed the rainbow, although we only go down one row. But still, that could have added like at least another book. All right, so one cloud prompt is just one of these. So let's go ahead and see what prompt we get. A buddy read, nice. Okay, so this could be anything. I could like technically use the Christian book club pick if I want. I know my friend wants to buddy read a book, but I have to read the first one first. So a buddy read, nice. I'll have to think about that one. All right, so for rule number 3, we got a cloud prompt, and for that one it was buddy read. And now I think I am planning on buddy reading a book with someone if I do end up getting to the second book in the series, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm just going to put our book club pick for the Christian book club. Feel free to read it with us. We usually talk about it at the end of the month. I am trying to read mine at like during my first reading sprints, like my first weekly reading sprint, but I'm going to try. I'll see what I'm reading at that point. All right, so, but we will be reading Vivid by Ashley Bustamante. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but it sounds really fun. So anyways, but this is like kind of a Christian YA fantasy series. I think it's just a duology, but it has color magic in it, and I don't really know anything about it, but the cover is absolutely stunning. Probably one of my favorite covers of all time. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just excited to see what it's about. All right, this is rule number 4. Might be our last one. Oh, it is. Awesome. We got a 9. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are on the airplane, which means we get a travel style prompt. So let's go ahead and see what we get for that one. A packing list item on the cover. Okay, so this could be anything. This could be clothing. So like if a person's on the cover that's wearing a shirt, I mean, honestly, I would count that. A book on the cover, a phone on the cover, anything that I would pack for a trip. So that's awesome. That could be anything. It could be makeup, a camera, anything. So awesome. We'll have to see what I can use that will fit that. All right, so this ended up being our last roll of the game. Such a nice game. Well, besides starting a new series, but such a really nice game for me this month. Although honestly, I usually only end up with like 5 books. I really don't know how that works, but it's been really nice. So for that one, I got the travel prompt, which ended up being a packing list cover or packing list item on the cover. And for that one, I'm going to be reading the 3rd book in the, I think it's called Ladies of Liberty series by Tracy Peterson, and this one's called A Lady of Secret Devotion, and on the cover she is holding a book. So I do pack books. I pack books on my phone. Sometimes I will pack a physical book, especially while camping. I don't like normally pack physical books usually, but sometimes I do. So it just depends on where we're going or what we're doing. So that's what I will be reading. I think I picked like a similar, when I got that prompt last year, I think I did pick a similar book cover that had like a book on the cover. But yeah, so that works, and I'm excited. I can't tell you anything about it because it's the 3rd in a series, and I am rereading the series, but I don't remember anything about it because I read it like 15 years ago or more, so we'll see. Okay, so now since those are done, I can't really show you any of the physical books, but at least I can show you this one. But I have this one plus the ones that I don't have physically, and now I'm going to go ahead and pick my roll for my TBR Around the World, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so then I brought in my Read Around the World-a-thon, which is my yearly readathon that anyone can join. I will link in the description box the announcement video. You can join at any time. You don't have to catch up or anything. And you also have all of the like printables down below as well. So I'm going to go ahead and split these between my clouds and my globe prompts. There we go. And these are already pretty mixed anyway, since I only pick one book. You have the option to just roll once with a single die, or you can use 2 dice and do the whole board every month. Whatever your choices are, if you read a lot and you want to do the whole board every month, then feel free to, because it's a lot of fun. My mom's actually been doing the whole board every month, and she's so far been enjoying it. I think she's behind in her book reading this month. That's okay. All right, so kind of mix those a little bit. So last time that I ended was right here where the sticker is. I put a sticker to where I ended. Oops, I forgot my play piece. I guess we'll stick with Goofy. And my mom's been confusing the arrows. I don't know if any of you have as well, but the arrows just help you pinpoint which direction you're going. So, you know, you start here, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way. It doesn't mean you get to like, hey, if you end here, you skip a space. No, just follow the direction. That way you know where you're going. So my mom got confused, but I'm helping her as she goes. Maybe I'll figure out a different way to do that maybe next year. All right, so I got, ooh, a nice 6. It rolled off the board, but it wasn't 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh, a rainbow. All right, so for that prompt, we actually slide it down a row, so we start back here, which really, you know, I mean, I'm being nice. I'm not saying go back to start, but you do go back a row, so I will put a sticker there. So technically, I only moved up 1. At least I didn't move back or anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use maybe a little yellow arrow just to say wah wah, because we went down a row. So I'm going to use that sticker. That's where I landed. So I get 1 cloud. Oh, no, I don't get a cloud prompt. I'm not adding any books, I don't think, to this one. Yeah, this is just a random color generator for a cover, and you have to find a cover that matches that color. Now, if you don't have, if you don't want to use your phone or whatever, you can just put a bunch of color options on pieces of paper and pick a random one that way, and then pick a cover from there. All right, so let's go ahead and roll our random color generator to see what we get. All right, so for my TBR Around the World-a-thon, Read Around, man, I am so tired today. For my Read Around the World-a-thon, I rolled and I got the rainbow, which only means you slide down 1 row and you pick a color wheel. And for that one, I got a lovely shade of green. And like, I was going to be like, oh, you know, I'll pick any green color, because like, I don't have like different shades or whatever. But I decided to go ahead and try to match that green color. I think I did really well. I didn't like do a side-by-side comparison, but I think it matches. So for April, I will be reading for my Read Around the World-a-thon. Forgot the title already. I don't have the book. A Lady of Hidden Intent by Tracy Peterson, and that's the 2nd book in the Ladies of Liberty series. But it has this gorgeous green cover with like that gorgeous green dress, so it fits perfectly. So yeah, that is my TBR. I will be posting Mom's TBR as well in a separate video. I kind of like that separate video, so make sure to check out her video as she plays my Read Around the World-a-thon as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget also, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Don't forget, next month is my Spring into Christian Fiction Readathon. I will post the announcement video down below as well. I totally forgot to mention it in the video. I'm so glad I remembered. So that must have been God saying, don't forget the readathon. So make sure, if you don't know about it, I will link the announcement video down below. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great prompts that were helped by amazing Christian fiction authors that helped me come up with fun springtime prompts. So check that out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.